I'm Anil Kumar, and now let us practice with some word problems. Here is one on inverse functions. Anil is planning a party at Banquet Hall where it costs a base fee of $2,000 plus $1.50 per guest. State the cost as a function of the number of guests. Determine inverse of the cost function. What does it signify? State domain and range for the inverse function if the budget for hall expenses is limited to $10,000. I'd like you to pause the video, answer the question. Here is my suggestion. Well, we have done many questions like this, so here's a quick answer to this question. So Anil is planning a party at Banquet Hall where it costs a base fee of $2,000 plus $50 per guest. State cost as a function of number of guests. Let us say C is the cost and G is number of guests, right? In that case, C of G is equals to 2,000, the fixed cost, plus $50 per guest, where G is number of guests, right? Now determine inverse, that means we have to rearrange this equation and find G. In word problems, I prefer to maintain the variable, right? So we can write this function as 50 of G as equals to cost minus $2,000 equals to 50G, right? So from here we can write what G is equals to. So G is equal to cost, net cost, right, for all the guests minus $2,000 divided by 50. Now that is the inverse function, right? So we can always write f of G inverse or C of G inverse is this function, correct? State domain and range for the inverse function if the budget for the hall expenses is limited to 10,000. So budget is the total cost, right? If total cost is 10,000, then what is domain and range? So that is your question to be answered. Now we have to find domain and range of inverse function, right? So number of guests becomes the range and cost here becomes the domain, correct? So minimum cost could be $2,000 and maximum is 10,000. So in this case, domain is equals to, domain is actually the cost. I should write C here, okay? So domain as a cost is equal to minimum 2,000 and maximum of 10,000, correct? So that is the domain. How to find range? To find range, we should find the maximum number of guests. So we can replace total cost by 10,000 and find the value of G. Okay, so let's do that part. So G is equals to maximum number of guests will be equal to 10,000 take away 2,000 divided by 50. Okay, let's use calculator. So we have 10,000 take away 2,000, which is 8,000, divided by 50, right? So which is 160. So that is 160. And therefore, the range we can say is the number of guests, correct? So range is from 0 guests to 160 guests. So that is the answer for this particular question. I hope you appreciate it. Thank you and all the best.